So can you tell me why this particular sale was canceled? What consultations were done with industry that led to this claim about lack of industry interest? Because the folks that are coming to me are saying, we absolutely are interested, we're interested. Now there's no opportunity because it's been taken off the table.
Thank you, Ranking Member. It was the fact that actual oil companies did not show interest in Cook Inlet. I recognize that the Oil and Gas Association did show interest, but for us to move that forward, we would have had to have interest from the actual companies who would be bidding on the leases.
Right, but if there has been nothing that has laid down, they can't indicate what their interest is. It's kind of a chicken and egg or horse before the cart. I mean, but what happened was there was no ability, no opportunity to even show an interest because the sale was entirely canceled.
Well, I appreciate your perspective on this, and I'm not sure what to say other than what I have already said.
He's the Democratic president, and the Congress is controlled by Democrats, so it's not as though you guys don't have each other's phone numbers. Listen, CNN's Caitlin Collins asked President Biden about inflation on December 10th. It's July now, on December 10th. And President Biden told her then that he thought December 10th was the peak of the crisis. Take a listen.
I think you'll see it change sooner than quicker, than more rapidly than it will take than most people think. Every other aspect of the economy is racing ahead. It's doing incredibly well.
Since then, which is partially to blame for higher gas prices, although Putin's forces were on the border right then. But it just seems clear that the Biden administration has misjudged how bad inflation was going to get for months and months and months.
Do you guys ever start feeling like it's Jimmy Carter deja vu, and that's where we're headed?
I think the difference there is between the kind of stagflation they were facing and the very different, in many ways more nuanced economy we're facing. You know, you like to focus on the headwinds, and I get it. If it bleeds, it leads. I understand that.
No, I focus on reality, Jared. I focus on the numbers. Look, I have no political agenda here. I just look at the data, and the data doesn't look encouraging, right?
Well, that's because you're choosing which data to exclusively look at here.
I think I gave you 11 pieces of data. So
look, the headline and the core inflation are, to quote the president, unacceptably high. Okay. So that is absolutely a relevant data point for you to bring to the table as you have.
Look, the president right now is in the Middle East because he wants to try to get as much oil on the market as possible. That is the way that we bring down prices.
So are you saying more spending is the answer?
I'm saying more investment is the answer. More investment, in production.
Is spending, right? And that might or might not be the solution, but past spending efforts have not really helped this. It's actually worsened it, right?
Good morning. I hope you all had a nice 4th of July. Democrats' one-party rule in Washington has failed hardworking families across America. Just this morning, we learned that Biden inflation hit another 40-year high, soaring to 9.1%. And Democrats' war on American energy has every American family feeling pain at the pump, as gas prices have more than doubled under this administration because of Joe Biden's energy crisis. And these historic gas prices hit rural areas like my district in upstate New York particularly hard. I can also tell you firsthand that parents are still struggling to buy baby formula, with nearly half of powder baby formula out of stock in states across this country. And yet this is months and months and months after the Biden administration was warned of this looming crisis. Yet House Democrats continue to pass the buck on these crises because they have no solutions to any of these crises that they have created. I have long said that the American people are smart. They know that Joe Biden and House Democrats' failed policies are to blame for crisis after crisis in this country. And in fact, new polling found that nearly 60% of Americans say the federal government under Democrat one-party rule is to blame for today's economic crisis. And 80%, a stunning number, think the country is on the wrong track. Families deserve better, and House Republicans will provide solutions to these crises and hold this failed Biden administration accountable when we work to earn the majority in November. I would like to now turn it over to my colleague, Congressman Steve Womack.
The inflation we're seeing is due to the pandemic. And is due to the war. And we're not done with this pandemic. We're now seeing that China is under threat of lockdown again. While we have made great progress on many aspects of the supply chain, we're not done with this pandemic.